What's up, everybody? It's your man, Chef DL. And in this episode, I want to share with you another one of my favorites. It's called Hot Honey Chicken and Waffles. That's right, you asked for it and you wanted that brunch episode. So here it is. And don't forget, after each episode, it comes a follow-up with a concert. So you see, I'm ready. I got my mimosa, I got my Mrs. Butterworth, and I got my spices for that honey chicken. I love posting my special and unique recipes, live concerts, and entertainment news weekly and for special occasions. And the reason why I like it is because it's fast, easy, and price efficient. So we're gonna get together and put this breakfast brunch together, lay it on the board, and show you how it's supposed to look. So stick around. We're gonna go ahead and start with our ingredients. It's gonna be Cajun seasoning, onion powder, Italian seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, and of course, my special mix, okay? Now let's get to cooking. We're gonna add our buttermilk. And make sure you mix it in real good, get it coated, because that way you can get the buttermilk crunchiness all around. But we're gonna wrap that up first and set that to the side. Then we're gonna add some seasoning to our flour. And that's why I was telling you then, if you'd like to add some more salt to it, you can. Then we're gonna pull the chicken after it's been sitting in the, about an hour. Make sure you shake off all the moisture, because you don't want the chicken to be wet. You want the batter to stick to it. Now you can re-dip that in the flour if you need to. But if not, just go ahead, shake it, and get it on the tray. Now, we got our oil set at 350. Now we're gonna add our chicken to the oil and make sure we don't over, stuff the pan. Okay, now, let's work on our ingredients for our waffle. We're gonna use all-purpose flour, eggs, melted butter, granulated sugar, baking powder, and you got to have that vanilla extract, and a pinch of sea salt. Remember, we're trying to get away from the regular salt. Now, using a strainer and a bowl, we're gonna sift through our dry ingredients. Now make sure you sift through it well. You don't want any lumps. Now in a different bowl, we're gonna add our wet ingredients. And that's gonna be milk, that heavy cream I was telling you about, some vanilla extract, melted butter, and our eggs. Real good, because we got to mix that with our dry ingredients. So make sure you mix it up real good. And, take a fork, and if you need to go ahead and mix through your dry ingredients to make sure there's no lumps, do that. Okay, now make sure you mix that up really good. See, now that we got that all mixed up and mixed together, and make sure there are no lumps, we're gonna heat up our iron. Now that we got that all mixed up, no lumps in there, we're gonna heat up our waffle iron. And make sure you spread that down really good. Now, if you've noticed me, I like to make my waffles thick, so I pour it in pretty thick. But you don't have to do that. So we can get our waffles cooking and make sure we set the temperature to where it's nice and we get them crispy and fluffy, because that's the way you want them. All right. Now that our chicken is crispy and our waffles are fluffy, I'm going to go ahead and work on this hot honey sauce for our chickens. But I'm gonna make sure to put some aside, for the people who don't want any sauce on the chicken. And sometimes I like to just eat my chicken without it too. All right, so we're gonna get our skillet together. And with this skillet, we're gonna add some butter. And then we're gonna add that honey in there too. Already mixed with a little sriracha, to give it a little spiciness. Now we're gonna melt that down. We're gonna cook it real slow, because we don't want it to burn, we don't want it to stick. We wanna treat it just like if, like if you was making some candied yams. Just treat it the same way. You don't want it to caramelize. So after a good mix, we're gonna go ahead and turn that off the stove, get that off the stove. We're gonna set that to the side. So we're gonna pour this sauce all over the chicken, get it good, Yeah, make sure you get it all over the chicken for those who like the sauce. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and create our charcuterie board. That way you can make your house look like a Sunday brunch. When they come over, they'll be like, whoa, this is nice. Yeah, you look like you've done something. So first we'll place our plain chicken on the board. Get that on the board first for those of people who don't like to have sauce on their chicken. Then we'll put the fluffy waffles next to that. Stack it up real nicely. You don't really have to do this at home if you don't want to. I'm just saying if you invite more than just a couple of people over and you want it to look like a nice Sunday brunch. And this is called a charcuterie board, excuse me. Jellies if you want jellies on it. Let me see, I'll put the syrup. Now, you know what? Let me take the syrup off. I don't want to put the syrup up there yet. I'm gonna put the jelly first, because that way we can have the jelly by the chicken that doesn't have anything on it. Ah, that's a smart idea. Okay, now we're finished building the board and we'll be right back. Now we throw our honey chicken on there, that's spicy, and some more syrup with the fluffy waffles, and we're gonna add some berries, and there you go. That's called a charcuterie board. Now you can put eggs on that, bacon, but this is your final touch. There you go. Chicken and waffles, baby. Holla. Well, I want to thank you guys for sticking around for this brunch episode. Don't forget, I got some live concert footage coming up right after this. You give me the sweetest time. You give me the sweetest time. Too good for me. There's a quiet storm, and I never felt this hot before. There's a quiet storm, that is you. Quiet storm, and I never felt this hot before. Giving me something. Sometimes I think of just you give me the sweetest time. That's why I'm in love with you. You give me the sweetest time. Too good for me. I'm still out in the rain. Anything you want me to do, don't let it slip away. Oh, there's a quiet storm, and I never felt this hot before. There's a quiet storm, and it's you. Quiet storm, and I never felt this hot before. Giving me something. Sometimes I think you're just you give me the sweetest time. That's why I'm in love with you. You give me the sweetest time. You're too good for me. You got the biggest heart. Sometimes I think you're just too good for me. Every day is Christmas, and every night is a New Year's Eve.